the hole that Luke Skywalker shoots the missile in that actually blows up the Death Star is a hexagon.
Oh man, yeah, that's right.
Relation to the hexagon, to Jupiter,
yeah.
to the Death Star, to Iapetus, it all gets very complex and convoluted, and people might say, well, you can do that with anything, and that is kind of the point.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. That's an incredible connection, and exactly, I know that Hoagland speaks about some of the what he refers to as the hyperdimensional physics, and that this in some instances can take the form of for example, a pentagonal shape or a hexagonal shape and stuff like this. So again, it verifies the idea that there is an energy and a hyperdimensional, as he calls it, physics involved in this. When a planet actually takes in energy and gives out energy, mainly I guess through the poles area, because that's where the magnetic field is emanating from and stuff like this. So there is indeed a very interesting connection there. And I also wanted to ask you, because you bring this up in your latest video, and this is of course about 2010 and the fact that they used Jupiter there, but not Saturn. I did not know about this. Tell us about that again.
Yeah, well, I haven't read the novel 2001, but doing research just on Wikipedia quickly revealed that originally in the novel version, it's not Jupiter that Discovery goes to. Actually, in 2010, it's Saturn. So the planet, in a way, we could see as Saturn, and even they tried to make it Saturn in the film by Kubrick. They tried to make it Saturn, but the same visual effects producer of Silent Running, strangely enough, couldn't get the effects right, so they switched it to something less challenging without rings, Jupiter, and then we get the Silent Running connection later, the hexagon and the geodesic that we see.
Oh man!
But,
that's continue.
Well, then on the video I show another hexagon because right on the booster rocket of the spaceship that's sent to investigate at Jupiter, it crosses the anomaly, the circular anomaly in the film 2010, and that seems to be very resonant. Even the size, Hal says, he says it's like 22,000 kilometers big.
Yeah.
It seems to me to be perfectly resonant of the hexagon on Saturn and the anomaly on Saturn being the anomaly in 2010 on Jupiter. So there's this weird bleed through where sensitive people, perhaps artists like Arthur C. Clarke and pick up these meta themes that are going through our universe, and then by looking for these coincidences, we can intuit higher levels of reality, or maybe hidden realms, or maybe things that are possibly coming up in the future. If we think of the book of Goro Adachi, he's very into trying to see what's going to happen in the future with the Queen and the royals and stuff like that by following their patterns. Saturn and NASA timing of their and their symbols and insignia. It's a fascinating area.
Absolutely,
people are doing it, but totally, it's something that I hope people will start. It's just to make that leap of faith that it's acceptable to see patterns and everything, and you're not a kook and a nut.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and again, we can tie, the films and all of this back to the years themselves. 2001, obviously, again a very important year. And then the film second one, 2010, called The Year We Make Contact. And there's all of this interesting, recurrent themes of the times that we are in right now. In these few years that we have between 2001 and up to 2012. Again, as you say, the 11-year opening, the possibility of the Stargate is now open, basically.
yeah, and it's sort of like, this contact. I often say contact with higher intelligence is possible, or it might have been the intention of the ritual, and people immediately think of aliens, and that is one metaphor, and it might be perfectly valid, and it might be the expression that this idea takes, like
Yeah.
But higher intelligence doesn't just mean aliens. It also means, contact with yourself. Higher, the thing that's above us. Because even if there are aliens out there, the universe is populated by millions of beings. It's still on a higher level. The entire universe is one. This insight I cannot run from.
That's right.
So I've come to it 1,000,000 times in my life, and So if one of the stages of our development is meeting a higher intelligence in the form of aliens, I hope they'll just tell us, yeah, no, of course you're right, we're all one consciousness. They'll probably know that, no problem. Even though they exist independently.
Yeah.
So higher contact, it might be connected to the idea of us taking the leap of fear and saying, okay, there are aliens out there. And that might be a next stage for us to sort of accept. Because already there is so much evidence for the idea of spaceships or aliens, people who have these experiences, but it's like we can't pull it into the consensus reality where we all, accept it, and maybe that's one of the parts of what's happening in 2012.
Oh, very interesting. Just absolutely. That's the whole idea. The one who's still around, hopefully will get to find out what it's all about. Maybe not everything, of course, but at least the concept of the of the ideas of the timing right now, and of course leading up to 2012 and all of this. But speaking about aliens, and I don't know if this is a connection that you want to make, but I know that you'll be you're going to pop over later in the summer, I guess, to the UK to, among other things, check out the crop circle seasons over there. It's picking up always during the summer and intensifies at that point. And I know that you reference a few times here and there, in your work, crop circles and all of this. What's have you come any closer, for yourself of what these things might be? What are they? Who make them, and so forth?
Well, that the idea behind the crop circle fascination is still to me the mystery. I haven't come to solving it. I haven't completely ruled out amazing group of 100 strong guys who are doing these landscape artworks, in the middle of the night, like 4 hours in the rain.